welcome to Testing in Past Terra, and today I will be doing an energetic queuing from the past week. Alright, so the way I work is that I first pull cards to give a general understanding of what we will be working on as a basis. Then I will do an energetic queuing for the last 15 minutes of this recording. So now I will mention the decks I use as I mention the card I pulled, and I will also mention when it is time for you to utilize your own intuition. And with that being said, alright, let's get into the cards. So I used 4 different decks. Alright, the first deck that I used is Énergie de guérison by Mario Duguay. It is a French deck. I will translate as I read. Then I used Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland, as well as Psychic Tarot by John Holland as well. Then the last set of cards I pulled was from the Universe Has Your Back deck from Gabrielle Bernstein. Now, so let's begin. So the card from Énergie de guérison looks like this. It also says amour de soi, which is self-love, okay, in French. It says, je suis attentif à mes besoins pour l'écoute de mon cœur. I'm attentive to my needs by listening to my heart. It says, mon essence intérieure me dicte ce qui est bon pour moi. My internal essence tells me what is good for me. Je respecte mes limites. I respect my limits. Je subviens aux demandes de mon corps et de mon âme, which is I answer. I answer what my body needs, as well as I answer to my body's and soul's needs. Ainsi, j'apprends à m'aimer, which says, and in that way, I learn to love myself. So, this week is going to be about loving yourself. Okay? So, the cards I pulled from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, which talks of basically everything that you need for the heart, right, is helpless and hopeless. So possibly the reason why you need to strengthen your self-love you or someone you're dealing with, that is what they need to heal, due to the fact that someone or something or some group, alright, somehow feels helpless and hopeless. And of course, a big part of that is loving oneself, not only loving oneself, having self-confidence, knowing how to listen to your intuition and all those things. It's all one big ball of issues. It's not dealt with correctly, right? So then, what will help you heal this is that you choose wisely, right? Because right now, this would be the 7 of Cups. Having analysis. Spoiled for choice. You have too many choices. See every single arm. Like there's this person and around him he has all these hands and arms that are pointing in different directions, which indicate all the amount of possibilities that he has to choose from, and that he needs to pick from one, right? So it's all a question of choosing wisely, making the best decision for yourself, really. And now at the very end, so the fourth card, the fourth set, the card at the bottom in my handy dandy spread of energetic healing for the week is from the deck The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein, and I pulled 2 cards, right? So I pulled this one right here, and then I was intuitively guided to come down to read at the bottom of to pick from the bottom, and so I got this. It says, okay, so the first card I pulled says, obstacles are detours in the right direction, right? So if you feel helpless and hopeless, it is only meant to help you go in the right direction, which, you know, sometimes you need to feel like you're at the rock bottom for you to do only one thing, but to rebuild. That is the whole point of the Tower card in Tarot, okay? You need to destroy in order to rebuild on solid foundations, okay? The whole premise of the Tower having crumbled down just by lightning is because that it was not built on solid foundations, so that is a nay-nay, something that should not even be, because it's not very sturdy or safe or what have you, right? Then the next card is this one. I don't know if you see it, but it says, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is the highest good. See what is the highest good, right? So basically, the detours that you went through, okay, were only meant to make you stronger, and because they were in their highest good. Do you see how everything is interconnected here? So let's say you feel down in the dumps about yourself because you're lacking self-love, or you lack self-love, and the meaning, one of the reasons is because at this point you feel helpless and hopeless, so you can't really do much about it. And the way that you can get out of this shitty mess, okay, is that you make the right choice for what your next step is, what your next action is. And your next action is to know, at the very least, the bare minimum, is to know that all the detours that are currently happening in your life that make you feel like you're not going anywhere and there's no traction happening, is that obstacles are detours in the right direction, only meant to get you to where you need to get to, okay? Then that's when you'll figure out that whatever the universe put you through is only meant to make you stronger, to make you better, because that is what you actually need. And I'm repeating myself, but basically it's just saying the same thing over and over again. What is happening to you is only meant to make you stronger and make you better. Okay? So, my gorgeous collective. Now I'm going to move on to the energetic healing portion, and I use this my trusty Aquamarine pendulum for that. It's not just a pendulum, it's actually a weaver. It has its own healing properties. So, now, you can follow me as a meditation, or you can follow me as like just hearing my rants, because I basically follow my intuition, see where it leads me. So, now you can close your eyes, go within, and follow. So, as I can see, this week the whole point is building confidence and building self-love, right? So this is all about really just knowing what you need to feel stronger, to feel more, right? To fear, not fear, but to feel more of something, right? One moment, please. Okay. For you to feel more of something, right? For you to feel more confident in yourself, for you to feel more able within yourself, and by building up your confidence in this whatever aspect you have, that thing that you lack self-love about, is how you will actually build your confidence, how you will build whatever you need to have in order to be able to be more loving towards yourself. Because if you don't have respect for you, if you don't love yourself enough, how can you expect other people to love and respect you? You can't. You need to have it first towards yourself for others to follow suit. It's kind of like an unspoken rule. You know, it's whatever you put forth to the world that the world will give back to you. It's kind of like a mirror, right? The world reflects onto you what you reflect to it. I hope that makes sense. So, and as I said, you need to have self-love in order for you to go after what you actually want, right? So let's just say we follow this choose wisely card, which is the Seven of Cups, right? Which would mean that you have all these options to choose from, and you don't know which one to pick, right? That's the Seven of Cups. Or in this case, it's specifically which direction to go in, right? What to do in order to feel more self-love, what to feel more confident within yourself, and all those things, right? And that's when we can clearly see, all right, that this is just saying that even if you choose wrong, even if you go in the wrong direction, for a little bit, the universe will just guide you back in the right place. Because generally, when you choose something and it doesn't really work out, what do? Well, I know what I would do, okay? I would just say, okay, let's not pity ourselves. Well, I mean, I will be going through a pity party for like a smidgen of a moment, but then I'll like get myself out of it so that I don't necessarily attract more of that into my reality. Because what you put out as an emotion, what you put out as a way of seeing things, what you put out as anything you put out, thoughts, let it be action, let it be emotion, let it be, I don't really care, whatever it is, okay, it comes back to you. It's the law of karma, right? What you put out comes back. And so if you want to have good karma, you put out good things. But if you're not so like, if your perception of what is good and bad is a little skewed, the universe or God is going to like put you in your place, because it is going to give you what you gave it, or what you gave to the universe, it will return back to you, which is what the law of karma is. And so that way you'll kind of learn. You'll learn from your mistakes. At least that's the premise. Sometimes people don't learn from their mistakes. They just dig themselves deeper into a bit of trouble, right? Because they don't know any better. Yes. Now, what I was saying was that so the people who dig themselves deeper into a little bit of mischief, or a little bit of, they don't make it easy on themselves to get out of the difficulties that they currently find themselves in, are the people who can't see a better way. And usually those people will basically dig themselves a deeper tomb. But if you take a moment and you have some introspection, right, and you think about it, and you're like, wait a minute, I see a pattern here. When I do this, this happens. Maybe I should stop doing that. But I'm not actually saying that as I'm laughing or anything. I'm saying that because I've gone through that myself, right? When I was in that accident, the best way that I could get better from anything was for me to sit down and think and be like, okay, if I do this, this happens, and I don't want that, so I need to do this instead. And then trying to make that happen, and not just trying, but working on that and making that into my new habit, which takes about 25 days, I think I've heard. If you want to clearly, if you listen to Ty Lopez, he does it for 60 days to be able to really ingrain that in your mind, right? Yep. So all that to say that every obstacle that life puts on your path is only meant to lead you in the right direction, right? And also, and if you know that every detour is only meant to lead you in the right direction, then you will know that everything the universe does is only to help you move farther and go deeper and go get stronger, is what I mean to say. So all in all, it's all of this is so you can gain experience, and by gaining experience, alright, you will then in turn be able to become more confident. When you get more confident, you get more experience. When you get more experience, you start to see, hey, I know what I'm doing, and if I know what I'm doing, well, then I can be more confident within myself, and if I'm more confident within myself, I can see that I have some value. If I have some value, if I have value, then it's important for me to take care of myself, and that is a part of self-love. And self-love is really important. If you avoid this bit, it will affect everything you do in life. Everything, let it be any type of interpersonal communication, any type of interpersonal interaction. Well, interpersonal communication is based on interpersonal communication, but it will not only affect your interpersonal communication skills, but it will also impact your intrapersonal communication skills, which means your internal speech with yourself, the internal chatter. Then that will also have an effect on your connection with Source, with God, or with Divine, right? Whatever you prefer to call it, that is what it is. All of that stems from you having the kahunas to believe in yourself. Not only to believe in yourself, but to trust that you know what you're doing and that you have a say in what goes on in your life. And not just that, but also have a belief that whatever you create, you actually bring forth into this world, more specifically into your reality, which is your life. And so if you think of that, right, all of this stems from self-love. If you love yourself well enough, you have the power to create whatever you want in your life. You can make your reality the best. Have other people jealous because your life is just so much better than what they perceive, because they are so usually it's mostly because they see you content and happy, and they see themselves not so content and happy, and they don't understand why. But generally, when you are really confident within yourself and within your abilities and what you already have, and there they are, having all this much stuff and not as content, generally that will have an effect on them. Generally that will, because people don't feel comfortable not feeling comfortable. It's a part of life, unfortunately. You see, when someone has self-love, they emanate it outside of themselves. Their aura is just vibrant. I mean, we might not see it, but some people can see it, and just because you can't see it does not mean that someone's aura cannot affect you. Alright? I'm pretty certain that I know that I have a bright aura when I'm feeling good and I'm feeling confident within myself. But last week, something had brought me down a little, and I was speaking to someone, and she automatically knew. She automatically knew something was up. And I was like, there's this that's kind of bugging confidence. It automatically made me feel more sure of myself. And that had an effect on my light. It was getting brighter as the meeting was going on, right? Which is exactly what you would like to hear. At least I love to hear that. It's amazing. So, yeah. And so, as I said, okay, every single obstacle, every single detour, every single slow moment, every single thing that happens in your life is only meant to make you better. If you start with that perception, if you start and end with that perception, your life will be so much different. You are going to become the master of it. Of course, there are other things that come into play, but if you have that understanding that you start from, that everything is only meant to make you the strongest version of yourself, and only meant to help you become the best you can be. I'm just repeating myself at this point. If you understand that, not only will you be able to master your own life, you'll also be able to seem like to others like there's something that they don't know that you know, and they can't not know it because they know everything, right? But see, the thing with knowing everything is that you kind of close yourself off to learning new stuff. And that's the key of life. Life is constantly changing. And if you aren't open to change yourself, you will begin stagnating. And stagnation is a thing you do not want. I mean, a pool of water, right, that is stagnant, which means that it's not moving, is more able to fester, have stuff fester within it, right? Because the water is not flowing normally. There's not enough movement in the water for it to stay fresh and stay healthy, right? Or else things will start settling down and things will start, the word I used was festering, right? Things will start to get stale. And I know stale is for food, but I mean, I don't specifically know what terminologies to use for water. Flat. Yeah, but that would be, the contrast of that would be carbonated water, right? In any case. So, what I'm getting at, alright, is that in order for things to start moving, in order for you to feel more confident, in order for you to have the feedback needed for you to gain confidence, to gain self-love, to gain all these things, to gain appreciation, to gain appreciation for yourself and whatnot, you need some movement, you need some circulation, right? Exactly like as if you would be talking about your circulatory system. Everything needs to move. Chakra system, energy needs to move and flow throughout your body for you to be on point energetically, right? So, my gorgeous collective, that is all that I have for you guys this week for this energetic healing. If you like this, and if you like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post this stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all, I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.